Hello, this is Joanna again. I just wanted to share with you a resource that I've been linking you to for the emergent literacy question for Unit 2. So right now I am on the Head Start Early Childhood Learning and Knowledge Center. And so this is a really great resource that provides you with lots of information around child development. It is funded through the Office of Head Start and the Office of Child Care. Most of the funding comes through the Office of Head Start, and so you'll see that there is more reference to things that are specific to Head Start, but these are things that are also relevant to anyone working within child care, early care, and education. So I wanted to just share with you how to move through this resource. And so this is the Effective Practice Guide. And the Effective Practice Guide really walks you through how to connect effective teaching practices with the domains of development. So the last video that I recorded, we looked specifically at your early learning standards. I shared two different resources, the Georgia Early Learning and Development Standards, as well as the Head Start Early Learning Outcomes Framework. Again, just because they are very interactive and online, but each of you should really look at what your standards are within your state. And so how this is organized, if you see on the left-hand side here, we have it organized by the 5 domains. And these are the domains that are pretty typical across the states. So if we look at language and literacy, right, because that's what we're focusing on with the emergent literacy. And then we can click on emergent literacy. So this is formatted into this framework of know, see, do, and improve. And so the idea, and this is based on research, is that first you need the content, right? So you need to understand, what does emergency literacy mean, right? You then need under C to think about, well, what does that look like? The do is to really take what you've learned and to use it in your classroom, to use it in your work with children. And then the improve is to think about how through your ongoing professional development, whether it's through coaching or through workshops or through getting your CDA credential, how do you continue to improve? So we're going to start with the know. So we have here, these are specific standards that we might think about in terms of for infants and toddlers. Again, I really want you to be focusing on children 3 years old and younger, or really under 3 years old, as this you are enrolled in the infant toddler CDA. So we have the standard of child attends to, repeats, and uses some rhymes, phrases, or refrains from songs or stories. Thinking about books and how you're sharing books, pictures, symbols, understanding that there's meaning from pictures and stories, and so on and so forth. There are then some teaching practices that are laid out here to sort of give you a sense of what that looks like. And again, because Head Start is a program that supports children and families both in classroom settings as well as home-based settings, you will see some information around home visiting. There's information about the environment and individualization, right? So then if we move into the C, we have some videos, right? So there are videos about what this looks like. So you can see there's a video here of a teacher reading to an infant and an older child. and how that caregiver is allowing the child to interact with the book. Right? And so then there's also some additional information to really help you to think about what you observed and what you saw. Under the do, there's some information about specific practices that you can use in your classroom and in your interactions with infants and toddlers. And then the improve is really, again, about how do you set goals for yourself, about how you want to improve on your practice, how you might be able to connect with, whether it's through your state QRIS or through the administration within your center, to receive some coaching or support around continuous improvement. So I just wanted to record this quick message to let you know how to navigate this resource. So thank you very much. Please feel free to reach out if you have any questions. And I encourage you to use the water cooler as a place to interact and communicate, not only with me, but with one another.